Let's take a look at this problem. We got there we go. F of x is equal to x minus 3 squared. X is less than or equal to 3. Okay, first off, step 1. Replace f of x with y. Step 2. Swap x's and y's. Interchange them. So we got x is equal to y minus 3 squared. Step 3, solve for y. This is a square root property. Whenever you have something squared equal to something else, you drop your squared, and you put a plus or minus square root around the other side. Then I'll take the negative 3 over, so we got 3 plus or minus square root of x is equal to y. Step 4, put our inverse notation in. So we got the inverse of f is equal to 3 plus or minus square root of x. Now step 5, if necessary, use the graph to make it 1 to 1. It's not currently 1 to 1 because it's got the plus or minus. So let's graph this. And our initial one here is the x squared. That means that we got a parabola, a U-shaped graph. And the number inside with the x means it's shifted right or left, opposite what you think. So this says negative 3, so it's shifted right 3. Okay, so we got this right here. And that's what this graph is. Now when we apply the x is less than or equal to 3, here's 3 right here. And less than or equal to means we keep the left side. So it means I'm going to erase this. There we go. You get the idea. There you go. Okay, now let me get my paintbrush back. There we go. I'm doing this on my work computer, and this is horrible, the equipment I have here. Okay, this is the line y is equal to x. Now this is our f of x, and our inverse is symmetric to this, which means this starts our f, this is f, it starts at 3 on our x-axis. So our inverse is going to start at 3 on our y-axis. And this little piece here, I'm going to flip, reflect across this line y is equal to x. And this piece, I'll flip, reflect across the line y is equal to x. You have to use your imagination here. It's actually not too bad. And this, drawn with my mouse, because my tablet just can't take this lack of memory. Okay, that's our inverse, and this is our f. Okay, now whenever you have the plus or minus appear, you're going to drop either the plus or minus. You have to decide which. Well, think of our inverse here. The largest y value, the highest y value is 3. It doesn't exist up here at 4. It doesn't exist up here at 5 or 6. It highest is 3, and then it goes down like that. Well, if I kept the plus, and let's say I put x is equal to 9 in there, well, square root of 9 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. Well, my graph doesn't go up to y is equal to 6. So in this particular case, I'm going to keep the minus. Trying to get my pen to work. Now they'll put something additional on here oftentimes. They'll put the domain. They'll say x is greater than or equal to 0. Now that's not making it 1 to 1. Either getting rid of the plus or the minus is what makes it 1 to 1. That's just specifying the domain. And I guess they have it flipped around. They put the negative square root of x first and then plus 3. And then the graph, eyes aren't very good, but I think it looks like D. Let me make that bigger so you can actually see a good picture of what we're trying to draw. And you can see here's our f of x, and when I flip it across this line y is equal to x, this piece right here becomes this piece, and this piece right here becomes this piece. And you can see the highest y value where the inverse exists. The inverse is the red graph. The highest value is 3. It doesn't go up to 4. That's why we keep the one we did. We keep the negative square root of x.